Hello YouTube. It's been a little while since I've uploaded a video, but today I have another laptop. This is actually the only second one I've reviewed on this channel, but anyway, this is the Dell Latitude D430, and I want to start off with this here. It's just an external hard drive, and the reason that that's there is because this did not come with an internal hard drive. And for this kind of laptop, it comes with a 1.8-inch hard drive, and the one that I put in here was an Apple hard drive from an iPod, so it doesn't really work well other than for an external storage. It's under here, and I'm kind of upset that the owner did not send a computer with the hard drive, but eventually I will get one. So I'm going to run down the specs. This has the computer comes with 1 GB of RAM integrated into the board. I upgraded it to 2. The processor is a dual-core Intel Centrino processor, clocked at 1.2 GHz. It's integrated into the board also, so it can't be swapped out. So I'm gonna just open this up. It used to have Windows Vista, but it's running Linux now, Ubuntu 14.04, just because it's a light operating system and it's easier for this computer to handle. This computer can do 720p on YouTube and stuff. It can do Netflix and all that. This keyboard is kind of worn down, if you can tell. It kind of feels like that. I type on some of the keys, it feels like I'm typing on glass, and it's kind of a little uncomfortable. Eventually I will swap out, or I'll buy a new keyboard. There's a track knob, obviously. That still works. I'm gonna just go over the ports, so then I'll turn it on. So here there's a SD card reader, and this is just a dummy card. And then there's a PCMCIA card slot, also has a dummy card in it, and under it is a smart card reader. Here is your audio in and your audio out. Kensington lock slot thing. The DC power jack, mini firewire. There's a USB here on the bottom, and on top of that, I think that's an M SATA or E SATA. Oh wait, no, that's not M SATA because that's for SSDs. I'm not really sure. Some sort of SATA that's like E SATA or F SATA. VGA output, a USB, another USB. That's what that's plugged to. That's a modem jack, and there's an Ethernet jack. And on this side there's the power switch, the Wi-Fi turner on or off. Right, that's kind of broken, I gotta fix that. And that's the exhaust port. So I'm gonna turn this on now. The hinges are tight enough where you can open it with one hand, as long as you're on a flat surface. So I did have to make one major repair, and that was for the fan, because the old fan didn't work at all. So I had to replace it because it was heating up, and I didn't want it to overheat, so I wouldn't spend more than like 10 minutes on this computer at a time. Now it's a little slow just because the hard drive that I put into the case, into the case of the external one, is 5400 RPM. It was a 1 terabyte external hard drive, but I took the drive out of it and put it in my laptop. So now I just kind of swap out the drives. Alright, so it booted up. So I have some stuff downloaded onto here. Oh wow, that glare is Let's try to see if we can reduce that brightness. Alright, yeah, so I got some movies and stuff on here. I'm just gonna open up the about this computer thing, just so you can see what else this computer has. It's gonna take a second for it to open up. Oh wow, that's bright. If it can focus. So yeah, here's all the specs. It only reads 1.9 gigabytes of RAM, but that's more than enough. Intel Core 2 CPU, 1.2 gigahertz, Intel 945 GM graphics chip, and a 64-bit operating system, and a 35.8 gigabyte disk for storage. So I'm going to close out of that. And right here is the thing for the 1.8-inch hard drive. Right down here, you can. I tried installing Ubuntu. In fact, I was successful, but it wouldn't boot from the hard drive because the Apple hard drives are configured to work with logic boards, not motherboards. And Apple computers and products, such as their laptops and iPhones and stuff, they use logic boards, not motherboards. But yeah, it has all the Ubuntu stuff. So in theory, if I had the 1.8-inch drive and some sort of Apple product, it would boot into Linux and work just fine. But it is what it is. So yeah, why don't I go into Google Chrome and we'll try some stuff. Alright, so it's in Google now. So I'm not really sure what I should look up or anything. I don't have my own website to check out, so I'm not gonna look for a website. We could try something on YouTube. Alright, whole ton of weird stuff on here. Yeah, there's nothing I can think of watching, so yeah, I'm just gonna exit out of Google now. So I'm gonna shut this down, and if there's anything else I want to show, then I'll show it. The battery on here lasts about, at most, an hour and a half. It doesn't really last too long. Eventually I will buy a new battery, but not until it only lasts for like 40 minutes. Actually, I'll take a look at that right now. I'll take that back out. So this battery is it's a 6-cell battery. Its charging capacity is 42 watt, or WH, I think that's watt hours. I'm looking for where it says how many milliamp hours it's rated for. I can't really find that, but it's a lithium-ion battery. I would assume that when this computer is brand new, it probably lasted about 4 or 5 hours. Nothing too impressive, but this computer came in pretty bad shape. I mean, the hardware on the inside was fine, but there's like scratches and there's missing paint and stuff. It's all sorts of ugly stuff, and the keyboard was all dirty. The sticker's all worn out. So this computer still needs a few things, but otherwise it's in great working condition. I use it a fair amount. However, this isn't my best laptop, so this isn't my everyday computer. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. So please leave a thumbs up if you liked. If you really liked it, subscribe. And that is it.